So I'm going to talk about the G7X Mark II. 2 vlogs in one day. What? Let's talk about the G7X Mark II. Is it a good pocket compact camera for vlogging to take while you're away when you're shooting? Definitely yes. Is it better than the RX100 Mark V? No. It depends on what you need. Like the RX100 Mark V is a badass little camera, so the slow motion is great, the X-Log2 is great, but at the end of the day, if you want something that professional and it's like $1,000 and it's up, you might as well save and get like a GH5 or put it towards, you know, an A6500, in my opinion. So vlogging, for me to do behind the scenes, I need someone to, especially if you want to pass it to someone and you're busy, something that does cool autofocus and they can touch focus and it's just nice and compact and you don't have to worry about settings so much. You can just pass it to someone and they can get some fairly decent behind the scenes, you know, while you're shooting, or you can pop it down yourself on the side, carry on shooting, and it will get the majority of what you need, and you don't have to set up mics or wear lav mics and things like that, and it does a pretty damn good job. It is 1080p, it's not 4K. It kind of looks like the 70D to me, or the 5D Mark II. I'll show you some shots that I did with it, but the bonus of this thing, which is crazy, is you got built-in ND, so you can shoot 1/50th, 1.8, and not worry about cranking up that shutter and get some really nice shallow depth of field shots without weird motion. That's amazing. And the 5-axis is crazy on this camera. I mean, you got 5-axis on the Panasonic LX10, you got 5-axis on the GX85, and you got 5-axis on this thing. And if they all have 5-axis, you should think, oh, why not just get any of those cameras because they work great. The 5-axis on this thing is nuts. I still can't believe my eyes when I tested it. All I'm doing is walking handheld, and this thing looks like I'm on a gimbal, and that's not exaggerating. It actually looks like I'm on a gimbal, and it's not doing any weird artifacts while it's trying to fix itself with the 5-axis in camera, and I think it's amazing. The screen pops up that way, and if you go to shoot something else, you just pop it back down, and you got touch focus, and it works pretty cool. I mean, so this is the same shot as what the camera is set up right now, and this is the GX7 Mark II. I am 1/50th, 2.0, and 125 ISO, and it looks pretty good. Checking the focus. Autofocus is probably the best on the RX100 Mark V, but it's pretty good, and if you lose yourself, you just touch focus really quick, and it's pretty much bang on. So how I set it up is I do 1/50th. So I always shoot manual shutter, manual aperture, and I choose my ISO because it is good at doing auto ISO, but me personally, I don't like to see the shift in the exposure while I'm walking around. I'd rather just set up the scenes a bit differently. I know that's not the point of vlogging, but that's just kind of how I like to shoot. I like the colors, it's Canon colors. I tweak the neutral profile settings just a little bit, not super flat, neutral settings, so we'll jump in there and we're in neutral. And basically you just jump in here. And the top one, I just got to -1 a little bit, or 1 for the sharpness. The finesse is the same sort of spot, just over here. The threshold, I've bumped it down to about there. The contrast, I got to -2, just to break off a little bit of that harshness for 1080. Saturation, I did the same, so I want some saturation there, but just knocking off just a little bit. And the color tone is -1 as well. So that's pretty much the settings for that. Still got that Canon look, but just a tiny bit flat, but nothing too crazy like C-Log or S-Log2. So that's about it for this camera. As I said, pretty crazy for the price. ND, 1080, crazy 5-axis, touchscreen, and I'll also share some of the LUTs that I use that work with that profile, and let's check it out. Thanks for watching this video. See you guys next time.